Watch me ride.
Hey everybody. So, if you saw on Twitter the other day, Sadiq Khan, Mayor of London, put a post out about the things that they've been doing to help fight crime, etc, etc. Bike crime in London, but he also said about how, you know, some of the responsibility should lay on the manufacturers to improve the security of motorcycles. And I thought, that's an interesting proposal he has there. Now, if you don't really think about that, you could easily say, yeah, of course, they need to improve security. That's what it is. They haven't improved the security. No, we need to get the criminals off the frickin' streets, mate. But this is one of the things that really gets my goat, is when people make suggestions like, we need to improve this, you know, like people say, oh, we need to fix the NHS. And then he says to them, okay, well, how? And they're like, well, I don't know. That's what his answer is, you know. Okay, Sadiq, you know, you've got your locks, your alarms, you've got trackers, you've got all of these things. What more do you want? What other systems out there are there? What can you physically do to secure a bike? Because there's this one thing I think that he hasn't realised. And I did see a comment from someone that was like, oh, I think it's more to do with he wants them to improve the security. Like, yeah, that's, you know, that's a thing that he's behind. That's okay. And used a comparison saying, well, look at vans. Look at all the security you have on vans. And yeah, there is a lot more security devices on cars and vans, no question. But there's a reason for that. You can't pick a van up and put it in a van. A bike, it doesn't matter what you have on it. Even if it's, you know, attached to something, they'll cut the chain. Unless it is bolted to the ground, literally, and they can't undo the bolts, they'll just pick it up and put it in a van. You could put 20 locks on the front wheel and 20 locks on the rear wheel. And other than the fact that now this bike is a lot more heavy because of all those sodding locks, you can still pick it up and put it in a van. And if I was a bike manufacturer, I don't think I'd waste a single penny of development beyond the standard security devices on a bike. Because people aren't interested in that. People want the bike to be developed to be the bike, you know, to be a good riding machine. They can go and spend 10 million quid working out some extra security devices, and it still doesn't change the fact that the person picks it up. And I still stand by my old video, which a lot of you may not have seen, which was the Spicy110 motorcycle hand grenade security system. Funny thing is, after I made that video, a little while after it, there was a company that made this like banger thing, or an alarm that looked like a grenade, and it was like, have you seen my video? I can't remember if the one that I saw was one that bangs, because you can get ones that have got like blank shotgun cartridges in them that does the same sort of thing. It's just tripwire basically, and there's other ones that are electrical. So there is my question to Sadiq. You've made a suggestion that they should do something. What should they do? How do we change the fact that you can pick one of these things up? I mean, unless it's got like some self-deploying ground anchor that fires itself into the ground and permanently affixes the bike there, well, they'll probably just cut through that anyway and steal the bike still. I feel bad for people who have to ride in London and have to try and park there, because every time you walk away from your bike, you must be like, well, I guess I might see you later. I've got to go up to London soon, and I genuinely was like, right, I need to know what's the parking like up there, what's the security, where is it, blah, blah, blah. And it is the best scenario I can think of, but I still don't feel entirely safe there with my bike. Now, hopefully, you know, an XJ6 is probably not flavour of the month for these bike thieves, but then they'll steal anything. You know, a lot of them do like using scooters, though, because the easy ability to be able to mug people on them, because they can jump on and off of them. But the point is, there are many other big cities around this world, and they all have the same bikes using the same security systems. Why is it that London's so bad? I mean, just look at the brazenness of them. In the middle of the day, they will happily steal a bike. Just angle grinder out, middle of the day. Because if anyone comes near them, they threaten them. It's crazy. I'd love to know what your opinion on this is, because as I say, that's my thought on it. Okay, well, they add more security, but someone just picks the thing up. Like, that's the end of it. But do you know of any like security developments that there's been discussed but just never sort of implemented? I just can't really think of anything you can do to really stop a bike being stolen, other than what we already have. I know this is also compounded by the fact that they're not allowed to chase the bike thieves. And I think most people would agree, if someone's on a bike and clearly a thief, stolen that bike or is up as no good, chase them. It's their risk at that point. If you've told them to stop and they haven't stopped, from that point onwards it's their responsibility. But the problem is, criminals can sue the police, even when they're in the wrong. It's mad. I am of the opinion, if you're on a stolen bike trying to get away from the police and they smash you off of it, any injury you get is completely your own fault. But then again, the problem is with corruption and just twisted people on this earth, if you give people that sort of power, then they could be a time that they're like, you know, oh, look at this person, you need to pull over. Oh, they haven't pulled over straight away because, you know, they're trying to find a safe place. Oh, no, they could have pulled over there, and then they just smash them off the bike, you know. America style. Well, I'm saying it's America. Well, it is America style. That's how I've seen it plenty of times in video. They seem to have absolutely no issue just smashing someone off of a bike, which, it's cringy as hell to watch. But I can get it, but I don't know if I don't know. It's a hard one. So I'd love to know what your opinion is on what Sadiq said. Do you think that's a reasonable thing to say? And if so, I'll ask you that question. Okay, well, what do the bike manufacturers do? What do you suggest they do? Have you got any ideas of your own of things they could do? Because I say, mine is a hand grenade on a string. And have you seen any like proposed security systems for bikes, ideas that people have had that could help? Because as I say, I think it comes down to that one thing. You can pick it up and put it in a van. And if it's got a chain on it, they'll chop it. End of. And it's not these thieves that are highly trained or intelligent, these are vegetable holders.